it looks like a chicken wing, it's because she's dropping it. I got 13.5. I think we're looking at 14.5 right now. Line's good. Sash your first hit. That's a 14.8, Sash. Throw 2 quick here, okay? I'll get your second one ready for you. You just come right back and throw. Kayla. Okay, calm this one down for me. Same. I'm giving it the same. Three feet, 2 feet even, okay? Sure. That was a 15 one? Okay, so 15 will be the weight then. Let's make her good, ladies.
Practice is over. Please deliver your guard button.
I'll just give you a hair more, eh? Right to it, right to it. Put it on the pin. Put it on the pin. On the pin. That's it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll have hammer.
Yes.
They're going to go in. What are we going to do?
Nice hit and roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it off there and then look for an opportunity.
For the corner.
Yeah. Same old on that. Okay.
I'm ready.
This is what we came for.
This is why we're here. Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Let's go, ladies. Okay. Okay, wait. Haley, go first.
Sasha. I don't know if that one in the middle.
I know. We always end up opposite to each other. It's just the way it goes.
I was like, it's not 9:03 yet. What's my time of doing? I was like, it better not be 9:03.
Well, we're running into an.
You were actually on time.
I know. I'm surprised. As am I.
Good game again.
Good game.
Good game.
Good curling.
Good curling. Good curling.
I leave my water bottle inside. No, it's on the ground.
Sorry,
Never mind. Just having withdrawal.
Withdrawal from us?
Thank you.
Not that you didn't already know.
Thank you.
Such an odd official. You have to go around it. That's the new way we're doing curling. We have obstacles now. Let's kick their asses again. Tonight. Winner early. Get her done. Looking at 14-5.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back here inside the Vernon Curling Club women's quarterfinal action here on Sheet 3. My name is Jordan Kiss. It's Team Drexel versus Team Bulls. The 3rd seed versus the 6th seed. Now, these teams did meet in the last draw. Team Bulls picked up the extra and win. So Bulls was the 3rd seed based on that win. And the 6th seed was determined by the team that didn't win the qualifying game. Trying to explain, the team that didn't win the qualifying game, and whoever had the lowest score on the last stone draw, so lowest total, got that 6th spot, and that was Team Drexel. If I explained that properly, hopefully I did. So, as the second for Team Drexel, Tana Short said to me before the game, it's a 17-9 game between these two teams.
Clean.
And based on the draw of the button, Team Bulls will have the hammer. Lizzie Bulls is mic'd up for this one.
Hard, Ailey. Right to it. Yeah, that's
And
I
they
got
will
10-4.
hit the nose. It's the Cotter Memorial here in Vernon, part of the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Yes, Naomi Britt's the lead for Team Drexel. And we'll just remove the blue stone in the house.
Got it. 2.
Sasha Wilson, the lead for Team Bulls, her 2nd rock here in 1.
Close. Okay, we're pretty fresh here. Really fresh here. There it goes. Let it work then. Let it. You're good. It's 14-2.
And they will make the corner guard. Now Drexel tries to throw the center up one more time here. Now to 2nd rocks. Tana Short. So that rock will come into the rings. Kind of hang outside there. And we'll see if it stays in the house, and it will come to the back 12.
I think you can throw one more. I like one more.
So they're going to throw another corner guard here. That rock back 12 foot, not really a threat to Team Bulls. Haley Dubois, the 2nd for this team.
Yes,
Played this morning in her feature matchup.
Hard line then. Yep.
Defeated Team Guide Us.
Yes. Tap it.
And for Bulls, this is their third game of the day, or for Team Drexel, it's their second. So maybe if fatigue could come into play later on, as they will bump their own here. And looks like a
13-8.
sit shot.
13-8.
They're gonna play the peel here, maybe run it in and try to get the blue out in the house. And they will just take the guard out. And they're gonna hang in there along the right side of the 12 for a third shot.
10.
So a chance to hit on the nose here and sit 2. Eight ends of play. No time limit, 5 rock rule. Each team given 2 90-second timeouts.
Yes. 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 You're good. You're good.
As that rock will come to the nose. Now sitting 2 is Team Bulls on a very nice place because you can't double right now. So Team Drexel
Good throw.
play the hit and roll, try to move closer towards that blue one, and hopefully group them together and make a double later on in these 3 rocks after this. Heather Drexel, the skip of this team, throwing the 3rd rocks. Everly Royer in the house, holding the broom for 3rd stones, throws the 4th stones. And they're just going to come to nose here, play it safe.
Little flops.
And they are
nice.
sitting
Nose
1.
is okay.
Team Bulls are going to try to make these further apart. Then just roll over to the 8-foot on the right side. Nose is still good here for Team Bulls. Kayla Wilson, the 3rd.
Yes. Yes. Hard, Haley. Hard, Haley.
And this one is curling hard here. This looks like it's going to go by everything. Trying for a piece, trying for a piece. And it will just slide on by.
10.
So a chance now for Team Drexel to hit the open one. And a sit 3 without the hammer here in end number 1. Another Drexel from Coquitlam. This team from the Lower Mainland. And they will hit the nose, and they will sit 3 here without the hammer. Now for Team Bulls. That rock is high enough. You can play a hit and roll behind it. It is a long roll, but again, still an opportunity to generate your 2.
Clean. Whoop. Nope. Nope. Just trying to stick right now.
And this is hanging out there and will roll out. Now for a Team Drexel. They're going to like to put one here at the top of the 12-foot.
9-9. The hair flick a little bit at the end. Just a little quick right now. Good weight though. Slip right to the just ran really straight that time. So.
Top 8, top 12. Want to be in the rings here. Most likely see Team Bulls play a hit on it, try for a double. You know, if they really want to, they could come around it and see. We'll have to wait and see where this one ends up first. Left-hander Everly. Fourth rock thrower here for Team Drexel. The first of the skip rocks here in the first end. Naomi on the left, Tanis on the right. And that will come to the top of the 8-foot. A nice first draw there from Everly. So play the hit here. If you nose it, you will be shot stone.
Just 10 here.
So here, as you say, just 10. So control weight. Now, if you really wanted to, you could play this long roll over here to the right-hand side. Try to sit there, maybe lock it on and be shot stone. You can roll the other way as well. Again, this one's moving on them as it comes off the center line and will hit and will roll out. So Team Drexel, nice first end they're sitting right now. It's kind of the same shot. Well, like this a little higher.
Just curl.
You don't
Just curl.
probably want to force Lizzie here to play the draw for her single. Same spot's okay. An opportunity now to sit 3 without the hammer.
That was 10? No? Okay. Yes, yeah. Felt like a clean throw, so.
No, same shot. Top 8, top 12. And just right in the 8-foot, it would be a perfect spot. A little wider. A little heavier too as this one is going to come in. So an open hit here needs to hit and stick around in the 12-foot for a single point here for Team Bulls in the first end. Women's quarterfinal from Vernon Rick Cotter Memorial.
Let's go. Right to up, ladies.
Elizabeth Bowles, a former bronze medalist at the Junior Provincials 2 years ago in Langley. Of course, Langley, the host of this year's Canadian Juniors. Lots up for grabs this year for these BC teams. Chance to be the home team at Nationals.
Woo!
The raw fit here looks a little heavy. And it will sit and it will roll, but it will stay in the 8-foot for shot stone. So Team Bulls will pick up the single here in end number 1. Women's quarterfinal end 2 action is coming up after this.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
And number 2 here inside the Vernon Curling Club, Rick Cotter Memorial Junior Classic. Third event on the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Score 1 for Team Bulls in the first then. Team Drexel with the hammer here. Jordan Kiss with you. It's the women's quarterfinal. 3 seed Team Bulls versus 6 seed Team Drexel. Naomi Britz, the lead for Team Drexel here. Gonna play the corner guard. And now they're gonna bring it in. So a hit and roll here for Team Bulls. Sasha Wilson, younger sister of Kayla. Yeah, Wilson's sisters from the island. Haley and Elizabeth, both from the lower mainland. First year together.
Close, close, yep.
Although, of course, Sasha and Kayla have played together before. Haley's played with Lizzie as well, winning,
11-2.
before mentioned, bronze medal at the BC Juniors 2 years ago. First BC Junior Curling Tour, which means points are up for grabs. Top team on the Junior Tour this year on men's and women's side will receive an automatic berth in provincials, which will take place in Victoria at the end of December, beginning of January. There's that rock from Naomi, comes to the nose. Another chance to play the role here for Team Bulls behind their center guard.
Whoa. No.
Sweepers haven't touched it. You can hear Lizzie saying just no, 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 and will hit and roll out. Now you could see a Team Drexel maybe play the peel on the center guard. Try for a blank here in 2, but they're going to go around it. Like the aggressive call. It's definitely been a little straighter towards the middle here this weekend in Vernon. Curling a lot away from center. Really, the story of the first 5 games we've done on this sheet is that the come around draw behind a center guard is one of the hardest shots out there right now. The teams just haven't been able to figure it out. Well, this one's pretty close. And we'll come to the back of the button, partially buried, so it does the job. So for Team Bulls with the hammer, you can freeze to that one, be locked in there. Don't have to top, even if you're top 4. That's a nice spot as well. It'll be very dangerous for Team Drexel to go in and play a hit on it.
Close. Yep, early. Hard early. Where? Yes. Yep, hard Kayla. Whoa.
And we'll get by, and it will play a small tap on the yellow one, but it is the blue shot sitting on the button behind the center guard, and Heather, no hesitation, going to ask Tanis for the peel.
A hair maybe, but you said 13-8. That was back 12. Okay. So you can draw is really close to a 14.
Last of the second rocks here in 2. And Team Drexel does make the peel, and Lizzie
You got it. it.
He's going to go right back up and ask for the center guard. That rocket is on the button. It's such in a perfect place right now. No need to go after the yellow. Maybe later in the end you would come down to skip rocks if you want to force to one. We'll see how the end's shaping up by then. But center guard, you'll most likely see how they peel it once more. If it's in, you're probably going to see Team Drexel play a double.
Sasha's, if anything. Whoa. Whoa. Where?
This one does appear it's going to come in.
Go, Sash.
And they're going to try to lock it now.
Sasha only.
Put it on the nose.
Go. Really
And
good.
it will count on the top of the forefoot.
14-5.
Pretty much nose on nose with the blue one. And the double is there. Now Quarter of the rock should do the trick. You got to throw some weight at it. Hit on the left side. Might take the yellow one out at the back, but if you, as long as both blues go, you'll be happy with it. Will hit right on the nose as the blue and the yellow will be removed. Not terrible. The yellow one's still in a good place. Although I expect Team Bulls to just throw up another center guard halfway. Last rock for Kayla Wilson here in 2.
Right now. Sasha's rock right now. Yep. Go, Sash. Hard, Sasha. Hard, Sasha, go. Hard, Sash. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, Sasha. Hard, Sasha. Hard, Sasha. Go.
He's trying to finish this one, and will just get to center, but yellow one is still open for Team Drexel.
Put more weight in your there. 16-9. I like the spot. Yeah. Yeah, Harrow on the full side, but
So you can throw board weight at this.
I can tighten it up a bit.
Get as close to nose as you can, and you can sit 2, partially buried.
That's a good point.
As Heather heads down to throw her last rock.
It's okay. I know. It should.
There's the other quarterfinals currently happening over on sheet 4. It's Team Daniels versus Team Sophie Brissett. Daniels is up 2-0 in that one. Sarah Daniels not playing. She did leave the game earlier with an injury, but did return. So it's a precautionary reason here. As this one is hanging and it's going to go by everything here. So
Let's cover that spot.
big missed opportunity there for Team Drexel.
Yeah, I think that's close. This is like a.
Probably the best chance you're going to get at it. So Team Bulls, play another one. Just right on the center line here. Kind of just tight.
Pardon? Yeah,
Just so you don't allow
yeah, I think
Team
that's
Drexel
close.
with a straight run back. You have to play the double blues.
Yeah, I like 15-5, 16 here.
Lizzie a left-hander as well. 3 left-handers in this game. Seems like on the women's side here in BC, there's a lot of lefties. Seems like every game there's been a left-hander. I take notice because I'm a lefty as well. And for some reason, you just don't notice that they're out there. We just blend in. That was the first of the skip rocks here.
No.
And taking its time to curl.
Whoa.
And it's heavy and will hit the yellow one at the top and sit there at the side of the 4. Not bad. Don't think there's a double. But I think if you're team Drexel here, I think just tap this one to the back of the 8-foot to sit 4th shot.
I know.
That's gonna be really difficult for Team Bulls to remove. And they probably might be able to get a shot at 3, possibly 2.
Yeah. Not to stick. I don't know if the 5 goes. Yours.
Just looking, needs to curl and it will hit the open one and just roll out, but will stick in the ring. So
This time, I think the ice is fine.
if Lizzie doesn't make this perfect, it will be a shot for 3. So kind of the same spot, center guard.
Yeah, I'll make this good. 15.
Right on the center line. Even if you put it exactly where it was before in the 4th where you didn't want, that's still pretty good. It'd be a
15.
tough double.
15-5. I think
D-line.
15-5 is the weight here.
If you can bite the side of the button here on the left side, that's going to be super difficult for Team Drexel to score 1.
No. Work. Let it work.
So you're going to corner freeze this yellow one. That's fine too. There's doesn't appear to be a shot for multiple points. I don't know if Everly can get to the inside. No, you can hit it thin and hit the blue one across the top of the yellow, but there's not a lot of room there.
Yeah.
But at least hit like a quarter, and you should get 1. Maybe nose is there. It's almost edge on edge. Tough to tell from that view.
You do. And it might, yeah.
You know, being a lefty, this is where it can be advantage because it is on a lefty side of the sheet. I think they're going with a safe call of just making sure they score 1 here. This one hanging out. Needs to at least hit the blue, and they won't enough.
Oh.
And it'll be a steal of 1 for Team Bulls here in the second end.
Good end, ladies.
They'll take the 2-0 lead. Through 2, third end coming up right here in Vernon after this.
be. Let it be. Kaylee. Yeah, this is 13. We're through.
Inside the Vernon Curling Club, Jordan Kiss with you. End number 3 is still a 1 for Team Bulls in the second end. Take a 2-0 lead here in the women's quarterfinal. The Rick Cotter Memorial, part of the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. So Naomi here being asked to throw the corner guard. Team Drexel looking to bounce back. Everly did have a shot to score, but just a little wide.
You got it. Okay. 14-1.
So that rock from Sasha comes to the back of the boat. I'm now joined by a man who needs no introduction, Jim Cotter. It's your debut in the broadcast booth, I heard. All right, so after some audio issues there, now officially joined by Jim Cotter. Thank you, Jim, for joining me here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jordan. I was a little nervous to do this. Never done this before, and you've been doing such a great job. Like, you're
I
like the
appreciate
man
it
when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've been Megan McGillivray pulling me up, the voice of Curl BC, which is that's a tremendous honor.
You've been doing great.
No,
we really appreciate you guys coming to to this event twice now, and or to Vernon twice. This first time to this event, of course. So yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to be here again. I've enjoyed our time in Vernon. The prestige was fantastic. It's been another great weekend here. And for you, Jim, you've been organizing the event, and of course the Rick Cotter Spiel. Could you explain to everybody watching who Rick Cotter was and why this spiel is named after him?
Yeah, my dad, he started this, takes our whole family to run this, my sisters, and they're both over here doing line scores, and we're doing 50-50s, mom's kicking around, and yeah, it really takes a whole, team of us to pull this off, and yeah, my dad had started this back in 1999, and ran it for a number of years, and his primary goal was to, allow teams, within our province and outside of the province to compete against their peers, and back then there wasn't really a whole lot of events, and his also other goal was for the teams to walk away with some cash. So he had some pretty big purses back in the day, and so after he had he ran the event for a long time, and he passed away in 2005, and the Olsen family took it over for a few years and kept her in Kamloops there, and it's a lot of work, and so 1 year it didn't run, and so we brought it here to Vernon, and I think we're on about year 6 here now, and yeah, we're happy, teams are supporting it, and yeah, it's awesome. We really enjoy putting it on.
We appreciate it. To us, one of the premier events on the Junior TLC was when I played juniors. I always loved coming up here. Of course, the Vernon Curling Club. Dave Merklinger, the head ice tech, one of the best ice techs in the world. First class facility in Vernon. You guys always do a great job hosting.
10-3.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, having Dave here in great ice conditions, like you said, he's one of the premier ice makers, and so yeah, we're pretty lucky here in Vernon, and yeah, it's a great facility, and yeah.
So 10 is short now. It's the last of the second stones here in the Third in. Now, Jim, you've been running around a lot watching all the games. Have you had a chance to watch these two teams play this week?
Yeah, just sort of, you know, I know these girls, you know, just from coaching against them. They're all, you know, great kids and you know, a lot of talent on Sheet 3 here. And so I expect this one to be a battle right to the end.
Now, they did play in an extra end game the draw before.
Yeah, it's
both
funny.
managed to make it into the playoffs still.
Yeah, they did, and it's just funny how the seeding worked. You know, here we are, we're right back out there playing again.
Nope.
Kayla Wilson just playing the open hit here. And she will hit it and will just slide over her blue one for Team Drexel. Still have the corner guard. Now, Jim, I think, you know, time to use the corner guard.
Yeah, you know what, at this point in the end, you know, that one's in the back corner there with 4 rocks to go here. You've got a couple different options, but I like this call. Come around there and you could, you know, depending on whether it's curling, I just sat down, so I'm not sure how much it's curling. You could either play the tap, but I'd like to come around here.
So Heather Drexel will head down to throw her first rock here in 3. Now, Jim, of course, you played juniors way back in the day. I'm not gonna say how far back, but is there anything?
Thanks for not dating me there.
Is there anything about like the junior game or just the junior experience that you kind of wish you could experience again?
Yeah, you know what? One thing that I find really cool is that you know, these kids go out and they compete against each other, but more importantly, just, you know, the friendships that they've developed, and you know, social media nowadays, and all that stuff. It's they're all really good friends. Of course, you know, when they step on the ice, they want to, you know, like every other team, want to win, and but they come off the ice and they're very respectful, and I think it's so cool that they get to know each other and just be able to, you know, they're playing in all these different events and the friendships that are created, because those are really what lasts for a lifetime. And,
can you see it?
So I think it's great.
And Heather Drexel with
what a great shot.
Nice draw. And you mentioned that you see, as soon as these teams come off the ice, they're talking to each other, whether they play each other or they didn't, they're socializing and having a good time. Really what makes all these junior events special, especially one where so many teams are traveling. You have some teams from out of province, you have a couple teams from Alberta, you have teams from Manitoba in the past, and I believe Korea one year.
Yep.
So it's a fantastic event.
Yeah, I think it's been really neat to see, you know.
Yep.
Obviously, New West of Anita Cochran, that's another huge one, and Maple Ridge and New this year, and Esquimalt, you know, it's been a few years, and yeah, it just gives these kids an opportunity to, you know, stay close home and play some really competitive games, and I think it's great for curling, and you know, you've really seen the last, you know, 4 or 5 years or even more, just the development of these kids is just phenomenal teams. I'm sure glad I'm not in juniors anymore.
Yeah. Now you were one of the people who were, when the first who came up with the idea of the junior tour. When it first started, you were one of the people who were running it. As you said, the teams have got. Do you think it's really helped these teams get a lot better here in BC? Because it seems every year you had Tyler Tardy, Sarah Daniels. BC's always in contention at the Canadian Championships.
Yeah, getting involved in that years ago was, you know, Alison McInnes, and you know, there's a few others, obviously from Pro BC, and there was a competitions committee. And, yeah, we put this together, and so, you know, feels good to be a part of that. Not so much now. I'm just so busy with my own schedule. You know, Daniel, he's been done a fantastic job and taken over. And, yeah, I think it's just absolutely great for our game. You know, otherwise, I'm not sure what else they'd be playing in, or, you know, we may not see the numbers we have now. And I think over time, you know, we've seen a steady growth in numbers, but more so just the talent has just, you know, skyrocketed. You know, I'm constantly bragging about BC and how good, you know, we get some really good teams, the Tardys, and, you know, Penny Brown, and obviously Daniels, and some teams that are, you know, transitioning in or soon will be, and how many great U18 teams, I can't even count all of them. I know I'm missing names here, so it's really good to see from BC.
Just come around.
So the hit and roll out from Heather Drexel. So Elizabeth Bowles here, a chance to play the freeze. Looking to sit this one. Do you want to sit right on this yellow one here, Jim, or would it rather be a little short, kind of top eight in the T-line area behind the corner?
Yeah, I sort of like the, you know, it's with this type of shot here, it's really about the angle that they leave. You know, I sort of like the top T-line with a good angle, you know, half rock onto it sort of thing, half buried. Because then if the other team comes down, you know, freezes on, you might have a nose hit for the double or something like that. So, you know, it's not wrong to, you know, if you freeze down on there, you're sort of forcing the other team to do right back at you. So usually somewhere close in there is pretty good.
This one looks a little heavy. And it will slide on through. So Team Drexel now with the hammer, looking good to generate at least a deuce here. Now they're going to elect to play this to split the rings here. Is drawing around the corner still an option for them if they want to, or is there
It is
more
an
a matter
option.
of
They have a couple
preference?
options. I don't mind this either. You know, it's, you know, early in the game, and when you can solidify your, you know, two, or, you know, obviously you still got to make, you know, both these shots, but, you know, should make it a little simpler. If you ever slide deep coming around, you never know. You know, they lock one on there. They just happen to throw that same shot, so I'm sure it'd be much closer next time. So nothing wrong with this. If you do get a rollout on the next one, you might look at the split on your last one for 3.
So Everly now her first rock. Looking to sweat the house anywhere's in the rings. Is there a particular spot you want to sit here on the wings, or just anywhere's in the paint's good here?
I'm thinking probably, you know, back tee line would be real good. I doubt they'd probably play the freeze back. They're more likely to hit it.
The sweeper's on this out of her hand.
Behind the tee line. If you leave it too high, you know, you might leave the long hit and roll over there, or the double. But paint is always good.
Usually priority number 1 in open draws. That one just comes short. And Lizzie here has another chance. How important is it for them to be able to have the same shot twice?
Yeah, you know, the years of coaching and just even competing. Anytime you can, you know, throw the same shot twice, it's highly recommended. The probability of making it your second time is really good. So I recommend anytime, you can throw the same shot twice. You know, oftentimes you'll see, you know, a center guard up there and throw the in turn one time, and then the next shot it's the out turn. And I think that's anytime you can repeat the same shot is a good thing.
So Lizzie heavy on her first one. Maybe a little lighter, sit for shot rock.
Yeah, I expect her to be pretty close on this one. You can tell by the sweepers already with the communication. And this one here, you don't have to get buried. Like even half around it, you know, there's no sense in flirting with that top one there.
And it's getting close to that top one. You gotta be careful not to nudge it in. And they will just get it by. Now where will it stop? It will bounce off the back one, but it will be shot rock there at the back of the 8-foot, and it is a chance for 2 here for Team Drexel to tie it up.
Sweep, ladies.
And it does look like you can see here from the camera, there should be enough room for Everly. Now Everly being a left-hander, a little easier for her in this shot.
Yeah, she definitely has a better angle, you know, coming into this one. It's really, this comes down to weight. You can throw anywhere from back line to, you know, I'd say hack max. You know, you want to keep your shooter around. The more weight you throw, the tighter you got to be to that yellow one.
Now I've noticed as well this weekend, there seems to be a ton of lefties playing on the women's side here. In your experience, do you kind of keep a close tab if an opponent is a left-handed thrower, because they can see, you know, a rock that maybe a right-handed thrower can't?
Maybe a little bit I might factor it in, but not a whole lot. You know, there's certain things you can control and you can't, right? So, you know, it may factor it in a little bit, but you know, at the end of the day, you've got to focus on what you can control.
Plan B here.
And out well.
Oh, a lucky break here for Team Drexel as they overcurl and run the guard in. It'll be a lucky 2 here, and they will tie this game here in the third end. We'll be back with the end number 4. Jim, you'll join us for one more end here?
Yeah, sounds good.
So we'll be back with the 4th end right after this.
Great line call by Heather there.
That was great plan B.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back here inside the Vernon Curling Club. Women's quarterfinal of the Rick Cotter Memorial. I scored 2 for Team Drexel in the third end, and they will tie it up here. Team Bulls will have a hammer. It's the BC Junior Tour presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance, where Curl BC members can benefit from the discount on car, home, tenant, and any other insurance savings, discounts, etc. benefits you are already eligible for with them. So when you do call Bel Air Direct, let them know that you are a Curl BC member and you can receive your exclusive premium. I'd also like to thank Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. And Jordan Kiss here alongside Jim Cotter.
Anyway, they neglected playing the hit here. Decided to select to play the hit.
Easy, other way.
Now usually the strategy is tough. If the first rock from opposing team comes behind the tee line, you throw the corner guard. Now why is that usually the go-to strategy for most teams?
I think in most cases, just it's back there. It might be able to, you can utilize it later at some point, and getting that, it's a fourth end. That's something to consider too. Anytime you're scoring in the even ends is a good thing. But it's not a wrong call to hit that. Sometimes you just want to keep it a little bit more open and wait for maybe a better opportunity.
So they're on this out of Naomi's hand. They will hit in the, will stick at the back of the 8-foot.
Yeah, you might see her throw the corner now, yeah. So oftentimes, yeah, you'll see that play. If it is in the 4-foot, maybe they have they might have that rule. Todd's a great coach, and I'm sure they've covered that. If it's in the 4-foot, why don't we hit and roll? Try and hit and roll away, and and throw the corner on the second. By throwing the corner now, you're probably greater chance of bringing it into play later on in the end.
Now, like if we say bringing it into play, we see so often on all levels that teams will throw the corner guard at the beginning of the end. They eventually never have to use it.
Yeah, you see it all the time, and that's a discussion that our team has regularly, and the teams have coached over the years, the girls team, and yeah, sometimes it is, and that's a bonus with the 5-rock rule is it just gives you a few more options.
Okay, that's 15-7.
Sasha with the nice corner guard here, and Team Drexel chance to play back towards the middle. They draw in. You leave the hit and roll possibility. Is the center guard maybe a better play here, Jim?
Yeah, I think so. I think the center guard at this point, if you go in, either you're leaving the hit and roll option. You could roll either way, and you're probably bringing that corner guard into play. Whereas you throw the center, you still can't remove it from play. And ideally, Drexel, they're looking to play have the play to the middle. So I like this call. Sometimes you'll even see teams will draw around the corner, which I'd rather see this draw on top 4 than around the corner.
And Tanis does make that draw. So sitting 2 here early on. It'll be the
right to it.
Hit and roll here for Team Bulls. Haley Dubois trying to go behind the corner guard.
Really, the key on this shot is to stick around. If you're going to play the hit, yeah, you definitely want to stick around here. You can roll either way.
Other way.
See here, Lizzie say go the other way, and it will hit and roll, and just off the center line there. And kind of just a nose hit here for Heather. Right on the beak. Again, sticking around is important because if they do roll out, you'll probably see Team Bulls go around the corner guard.
Absolutely, you would, yeah. Or the other shot would be to play the freeze down, and depending on whether you're just trying to delay the end and go for your later deuce, you may consider freezing that back yellow one too if there is a roll out here. I suspect if there's nose hit, there'll be another shot at that hit and roll.
So Tanis will hit and she will roll. Now because those 2 yellow rocks are there, is it a little more tempting to play into those and freeze, or you're going to play around their own guard?
She didn't hesitate. She went right for that corner guard. So obviously that's something that, they're a well-coached team and something they've talked about because there was no hesitation there.
A lot of expectations for this Bulls team. On this women's side, we've talked about it a lot, kind of behind the scenes of like, you have Daniels as your favorite. He's there, but after that, it's so open on the women's side. Is there anybody in your mind that you think that could contend for a provincial title this year on the girls' side?
Yeah, obviously Daniels, they've had she's had a phenomenal junior career. Been to, a couple national finals. And she does, very well on the ladies' side. But with curling, you just never know. You take this team, Richards, just a great team, and there's so many good teams, and a lot of these, kids have played for a long time, and if you get hard at the right time, anyone can win, and that's why you play. It's that's sport, and so yeah, you never know what can happen, and there's favorites out there, but at the end of the day, you got to go up and you got to show up and you got to play, and you got to play your best at the right time.
Very well said. As Heather will head down to throw, as Haley was heavy on the draw. Now you are sitting 2 on the wings. They're going to play to the middle. Would you maybe rather them peel off the corner guard?
It's definitely an option. You could, if you're an even odd end kind of, looking at that scenario, then definitely ripping that corner guard is an option. The other thought process is let's get another one in there, and you never know, maybe we can get them to throw against 2 or 3 in their final stone. So the key in this one is just get it in a good position here in the top 4 foot, and hopefully not slide too deep.
Sweepers haven't touched this one yet. And it will slide to the back of the 8 foot, creating a little pocket here for Team Bulls. Is that more appealing right now than going behind the corner guard? Because if they can get in there, it'll be extremely difficult for Team Drexel to remove it.
Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely an option. Looks like they're, going around the corner guard here is good too. They, like we just said last end, it's an opportunity to throw the same shot twice. Different player here, but same idea. Maybe it's a little faster to wings. Sometimes here in Vernon, you get a little quicker to wings, and maybe they learn something from the last one there.
No. Don't go yet.
So again, this one's a little closer. They do have that blue one at the back that it might come to.
Yep. Yep. Go Haley. Go Haley. Go Haley. Go Haley. 13-9.
So it looks like they are shot stone at the back of the 8 foot. Appears to be wide open. And it looks like
it's hard to tell from this angle. I think it's definitely partly buried. Maybe good half anyways, but at least on the ice there, it looks like they can see a good enough chunk. Probably throwing about board weight would be my guess.
And then try to roll back towards the middle. Or do you want to stick it there? Because if you roll towards the middle, you're creating more of a pocket for Team Bulls later on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like, I think it's kind of that make it go away scenario, and you definitely need to watch where you roll, because there is those 2 back there already, and
it almost seems there's not really a good place to put this shooter here.
Yeah, you could even hit and roll out on this one. Wouldn't hurt you at all.
She will hit and she will roll over. Now sitting 4 here without the hammer.
I think you can do one more. To those ones. No.
Now they seem pretty content about going around this corner guard. And I've definitely noticed so far this as they will call a timeout. Todd Troyer, their coach. So each team 2 90-second timeouts. This is the first for Team Bulls. I think Todd might be reading your mind a bit, Jim. Maybe Lizzie wanted to go around the court, but maybe it is time to play it towards those 2 at the back of the 8 foot.
It might be time to switch up, but one thing it did show was Liz isn't afraid to throw against a few if it ever came down to it.
Because by making the double, you're just
really
going here and it's a nose hit, right?
So I like that.
You could go into this pile, but you're not getting above this one. Maybe he's just going to say make the double. Or freeze it.
But I suspect, you might probably see a little freeze in there. Even if you come down there and tap it a little bit, create a little bit more of a pocket, it really comes down to the angles.
Now maybe because you do have hammer, maybe the freeze is the call here because a
I
little
think
less
so, yeah.
risk involved in playing the draw.
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely want to make sure you score here. You don't want to be giving up a steal.
Right on the nose of that thick stone, leaning.
Now, of course, there is a fourth end break here between ends. Could there be an advantage of maybe scoring here in the fourth end, going to that break with a little momentum on your side?
Yeah, I think so. You know, anytime you're
10 or
leading
with
after
9?
4 is a good thing.
Oh, with a freeze?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely easier on the coaches.
Yeah, we can get it there. Sure.
Now, you
Sure.
have coached here in juniors as well. You've coached your daughter's
Okay.
team for a number of years.
Okay.
What does
like
it mean
it.
for
It's
you
cool.
to be able to coach your daughter
Hard.
and just to coach a team in general?
Yeah,
me again.
you know, it's
Gripper.
pretty cool opportunity.
Okay,
And
let's go.
the great thing is you know the girls that I coach, I
you're
felt like
looking
they were
at
all
good
my kids,
14 here.
just
Close to
phenomenal
your last
people,
one, I
great
think.
teammates, and just you know eager to learn and you know so it's pleasure to coach them all. And you know Megan, who was doing this here yesterday at she's the first graduate I've had in the ladies, and just a great kid, and so it's really good to see her going through that transition now, and with this year, you know, step back a little bit, and I think it was, you know, coached the girls a long time, and sort of, you know, we need that little shake up, little change, and Tom Bush, he's obviously a phenomenal coach in this game. We've known each other for a long time, so.
Now, is it more stressful coaching, or is it more stressful playing at like a Briar final?
I'll tell you in Kamloops, I've been so busy with this event running around, I haven't had time to get stressed about other stuff, I guess.
You're a hair in the frost. Back eat, girls.
So as expected, you know, Todd, you know, I think they went out there and talked it through.
Go, girls. Yep.
And came up with
Hard,
the
then.
best decision here. And
Hard.
this doesn't have to be perfect. You know, even where Liz's
No, you
broom is,
just
even
gotta
somewhere
go,
on the
guys.
tee line, right in between all those is pretty good because you got to be pretty precise.
Definitely got to
A
go
little
for
short
weight
on
right
that
now.
one, yeah.
Leave the guard.
15-6.
So now for Team Drexel, sitting quite nicely without the hammer. Now you do want to force Team Bulls here, but is this an opportunity to maybe try to steal one or 2 points here?
Yeah, it's sort of tricky because if it's I don't know if it's a real steal situation, but you never know. You get the rocks in good position here. Looks like they're trying to half bury it maybe.
Would you maybe want just to protect the one in the kind of the back 4-foot area, just draw top 8 in front of that instead of going all the way over kind of half
I don't
bury behind
mind
the
that.
corner?
Even right on the end there is pretty good. If you get a little further over, you might leave the intern freeze, and never be able to get it out afterwards. But yeah, it's with the 3 in the back there. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's just that spot then.
Everly Royer, her
Nice
first.
clean release on that one. I think if you can get half around it, just above the tee line, is a pretty good spot.
This one needs to slow down for him. And it will come the rest of the back tee line.
Just go to it right now, hey? I think that's still the ice.
So, opportunity here for Team Bulls to bail themselves out of this end a little bit. Chance to freeze and sit shot rock.
You got 13-8 on that.
Yeah, I think
so
with this shot, you know, really the key is you can't be like,
Yeah.
even if you come down, tap it a foot, you know, or two, it's going to be really hard to
we got
remove,
this.
and you might see a freeze right back on top of it. So it's definitely one of those ones you don't want to be like, because you know, Team Drexel, if they throw on top 12 on the right side of the center line after, it could be a real tricky shot against a whole bunch.
And that's just knowing your tolerance as well, knowing the way, you know, I say, you know, the right way to miss a shot in a way.
Tolerance. I probably overused the word. This game is one on tolerance, in my opinion. It's no one makes every single shot, but if you get the most out of each shot that's thrown, you're going to win a lot of games.
So it's definitely not light, but it's diving towards the corner guard.
Yeah, if they can get this one by, it looks real good.
And it will hit, and it will roll towards the center line. So it is Team Drexel sitting 5 here without the hammer and leaving that Rock top 12. Opportunity now, Team Drexel, to play around that blue one.
I think right there, right where she put her broom is real good.
Okay. I didn't think
It's not so much what you make, it's what you leave sometimes. And I think that, you know, even if you're short of the rings, you might see Team Bowls have to, you know, force to that, you know, wide in turn around that blue one. So I think this is the right call. I like, even if you're a little short, you definitely don't want to be deep or, you know, T-line or better, that's for sure.
So it's the last rock for Team Drexel here in 4. Lots of yellow in play. So top 8, top 12 is where they're looking to put this one.
Yeah, I think the ideal spot, if you can get it right on the D or the E there, you know, you might leave a tight port, but I know I wouldn't want to throw. That's another thing, you know, these kids are getting so smart too. Just the coaches that are available, you know, BC coaches, you know, Jerry, Richard, and, you know, there's just a number of these coaches with, you know, world championship experience, and they're just getting smarter and smarter. And you know what? There's really nothing wrong with that. I'd rather it there than, you know, behind the tee line. You still might see, yeah, you're seeing Liz still getting forced into this in turn here. I think the out turn is there though.
Yeah,
if they chose to play that, but this, you know, she might have thrown this shot earlier in the game, or that maybe as part of the draw of the button, so she might have a really good feel of this spot.
Yeah, so she does have the draw here for 1. Needs a nice little piece of the 4. Definitely is tempting because, again, Lizzie is a left-hander, so, you know, you could play the port on the kind of little soft weight hit and roll on the left side here. Probably a little more comfortable throwing the draw. She did throw a draw on her last one.
You're not kidding how many lefties there are.
Yeah, right? I know. Right? You just don't notice. We just blend in.
Yeah.
There's 3 lefties in this game. They had 2 in the last one. Slowly taking over curling. Eventually, you're going to have an all-lefty Olympic team.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Go for team.
She looked like she released that one real nice. Got good rotation coming in.
Sweepers are on this one. Draw against 5. And this is coming up light.
Push!
And it will be a steal of 5 here for Team Drexel in end number 4. They will have a 7-2 lead halfway through this one. And we will take a 5-minute break. I'd like to thank Jim for joining us here on the broadcast. We'll
thank you very much, Jordan.
Soon. We'll see you in Kamloops next week, and you'll be playing in the Crown of Curling. We'll be streaming that one as well. So until then, we'll talk to you very soon.
You do a phenomenal job, as I mentioned, and thank you.
No, thank you. It definitely means a lot coming for you.
All right, cheers.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back with the 5th and second half here after 5 minutes here in Vernon.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
We are set for fifth end action here in the women's quarterfinal of the Rick Cotter Memorial Spiel here in Vernon. Third event on the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Jordan Kiss with you. A steal of 5 for Team Drexel in 4. Now hold a 5-point lead as we play end number 5. Of course, third event on the BC Junior Curling Tour. The next event will be 2 weeks in Kamloops. I don't believe we'll be streaming that there, but I don't think we are. I got other plans that weekend. We can't work every weekend, unfortunately. We do have lives, me and Marcio. But we will be in Kamloops next weekend for the Crown of Curling. And that, I believe, will start on Friday. And we got another one here, but also tomorrow, playoffs, semifinals, and finals. We'll have the women's semifinal, and that will start at 8:30. And then we'll have the men's final, and that will be at 12:30. So lots of action still to come tomorrow.
Okay.
Still got another 4 ends here to play.
Okay, starting to go now. Really take it, guys. It's really taking off.
So an update in the other women's quarterfinal over on sheet 4. It's Team Daniels versus Team Brissett. It's Daniels without the Daniels, as Sarah Daniels is out with an injury. So they're playing with 3. They are in the 5th end. No update there on the score of the 4th end, but it was 2-2. As Naomi now her second rock, a little heavy for putting her first one on the button.
Next.
And that will slide on through. Sasha Wilson looking to throw another corner guard. Still lots of time here for Team Bulls to get back in this one. It's important to mentally bounce back. It's definitely tough giving up a 5, especially because it's a steal of 5.
It's going hard. It's going really hard. Haley, please. Haley.
But you got to stay strong here. 4 ends. Just slowly chip away. Get your 2 here and work your way up from there.
Good throws.
And Sasha
58
Wilson
on
with
that
2 nice corner guards. Still can't peel yet if you're Team Drexel. Five rock rule, so they're going to place one more on top of their own here, just freeze on it. Then you'll see them start peeling in the next end. I was saying it's a 2 or 1 here. They'll gotta at least bring it over, make it curl, guard the one in the 4-foot, or bring it as deep as you can.
Okay, Haley.
Now we'll sit just short of the house here. So a chance for Lizzie to play the come around the corner guard. I'm not worried about the one on the 4-foot yet. Still lots of time to make a play on it, but a little easier right now to make a draw than it is to make a hit. A lot more room to make this shot, more rings to put your rock in.
Hard. Switch. You gotta. You're not by this anymore, so.
So this one will rack on the corner guard.
16.
Now Team Drexel can start peeling here. We're just going to take the one that Haley just threw. The other 2 are very wide, so you're not a little bit to be concerned about, but Nothing that's out of the ordinary. Then Tanis will make the peel.
You got it.
And another chance here for Haley to come around the corner guard.
Line's okay. Okay. Room. 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 Okay, go. Kayla, go. Go to Barry.
So
Yep.
trying to make this
Gotta
one
go,
curl
Kayla.
here.
Hard,
Weight's fine.
hard, Kayla. Hard, Kayla. Hard.
Kayla going hard, and
Good speed.
Haley with a nice draw, although it does look to be partially open.
Really good. I hit the fudge now. Good throw. Really nice. What about your first one?
So you can play, board. Probably can even play control weight at this. Really biggest concern, just make it go away.
Okay.
You can try to roll to the back of the forefoot, kind of behind either of those two yellows. Nose isn't terrible either if you can just sit right there.
Oh, good. Very good.
So out of her hand, they're on it. And this one will hit the guard, which is okay. Opens up the one there on the right side, and then we'll roll this out. So tolerance there again was to make sure you at least peel the guard, and they do. It does allow Team Bulls to split the house. Again, don't have to go against the one on the button right now. Don't have to make a play on it. If you take your time with it, you split the rings and you get a miss out of Team Drexel, it'll bring 3 into play.
Yep. Yep.
Where
Yep. Gotta go for line.
if you make a play on it right now and you hit and roll out, Team Drexel hits the open one, and
Let's
it's going to be a little uphill battle for your deuce.
Hard. All the way.
But you got to make sure you get in here, at least bite.
Hard, Haley. Hard. Push. Oh, okay. 16-4.
And it is light. So Heather now gonna hit the open one. Nose is okay. Little roll in. Just make it go away. And I think you'll see Kayla be asked to play around the corner once more. And it will sit there and sit partially in the 8 foot on the right. So currently they're sitting 1 and 2.
You take one more, or do you like this? I like one more.
So Lizzie's saying
You got
just one more. Then you can wait till Skip rocks to make a play on that yellow on the button. But a second opportunity here for Kayla to make the draw around the corner guard.
Line's better. Yep. Yes. Hard. Switch.
And they're on it to make it curl now.
Hard. Go, Sash.
Sasha on the right, Haley on the left. Doing a great job to drag this one. And they will bring it in the top 12. It is third shot. But it is
15-5.
it is open here for Team Drexel.
Pardon? Oh, yeah, it's out.
And they're
Yep.
gonna call a timeout here. Coach Ken Brentz maybe want to relay something to the team. It's their first of 2.
Thought we had to try more, though. Todd just got upstairs, too.
So it looks like, you could play the hit here on the one that Team Bulls just threw. It is open.
Okay, I said something.
See what Coach Ken Brits has to say
I
here.
see.
One of 2 coaches for this Drexel team, Ken Krause the other. So, maybe telling you, you could play a guard on the one on the button as well. As we are now onto skip rock, so that's a good call.
I thought we had to try one more.
I think that's the only other shot you would do here is guard your own instead of playing the hit. So it's a very quick conversation here. So again, Ken just want to relay something to his team, and looks like they are going to play the guard.
Okay. Onwards.
Or not. I think everybody wants to go this way. They are still sitting 2 here. You have to be careful if you do make the guard that Bulls makes that hit and roll off the one on the wing. So just play it in front. So first of the skip rocks here in 5. Emily Royer. Just guarded her team's yellow stone on the button. Up 5 without the hammer here in 5.
Just me.
So this one's got a ways to move. Maybe you can stay on this and punch that yellow one in front of it. And it will come to the nose. Just a little too much ice. Weight was okay, but we'll leave that yellow one open. So you want to roll here for Team Bulls.
13.
Well, you could roll behind the corner. I think that's definitely your best option. But I think they're going to play a freeze here, maybe even tap a little bit. Just tap it to the back of the button. Make it difficult for everybody to remove their stone. Then they could have a shot for 3.
Less, actually. Yeah. Yeah, a little flop under the guard's great.
They're playing soft weight hit, so you hear them saying a flop under the guard is good. If you go behind the yellows, you want it to be half buried.
Yep.
Run it out of her hand here. And just diving towards those yellow ones like there's a magnet there. Trying to roll it over to keep that yellow one open, but they will guard it. So still Team Drexel sitting 2 here. 3 even.
Okay.
And kind of the same shot here for Team Drexel. Right in front of the blue.
Okay. Like
and all Lizzie will have an in off this yellow one to the button.
See what left with. Yeah, thinking no.
So last rock for Team Drexel here in 5. And they will
Okay.
be a little heavy and tap it. So it's a tap here for 1. You can play some weight at this for Team Bulls, but it is only for 1.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw 10 at this, hey?
So just control weight.
I like 10. Yeah. I think that's really close, hey?
Kind of 7/8 to 3/4.
Nice 10 here. Let's do it.
Big shot here
Let's do it.
against
Just off
3.
nose.
Almost needs to score here if your Team Bulls to give up a steal. You're now down by 6 with 3 ends to go. Not an easy task, but it is doable. We saw earlier this morning Team Ballard score 4 in the 8th end to tie on a measure and then win it in an extra end. So no deficit is too much. Anything can happen. Jim was saying. It's run out of her hand. It's going to be close, and it's going to over curl. And it's going to be another steal of 3 here for Team Drexel. Now go up 10-2. It looks like they will continue on here. So more action from the women's women's quarterfinal here in Vernon.
Okay.
And right after this.
Okay, the weight felt close.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You got to see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Jordan Kiss back with you here inside the Vernon Curling Club. Women's quarterfinal. Team Drexel with a 10-2 lead as we get set for the 6th end here. This is part of the BC Junior Curling Tour presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, where Curl BC members can use the corporate ID code of 0150-4820 to receive discounted rates up to 19% off any room you want at a Best Western, just because you're a Curl BC member. So you can do that online or by calling 1-800-WESTERN. As Team Drexel just going to throw the first one through here. Not giving anything for Team Bulls to use. You did hear kind of at the end of the 5th end, they're going to play the tap game. So if there's a rock in play for Team Drexel, just use it the best you can. The draw around it, tap it up, freeze on it. They're going to throw their corner guards here. Try to at least get their 2 here. Be down 6, then you're going to have to really... No, now you're going to have to pretty much go all in if you're Team Bulls. Draw, draw, draw. Try to generate more than 2.
Hair tight. Hair tight. Right here is perfect. Yep, a little bit. Yep, a little bit. Sweep to that break point. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, a little farther, a little farther. 2, please. 2, 2. 2, 3. Really good.
And the corner guard is made. And Naomi now. They're certainly going to play the draw this time. I still, you know, you're up by 8 here. You know, throwing through is again a reasonable option. I think most teams would. So now they're going to try to sweep this one out, but it will sit the back of the 8-foot.
Same thing. Line's good.
So they're going to throw a corner the other way.
There it goes, there it goes. Easy. Kayla's rock still. Let it be. Let it be.
And will
That's
come
15-3.
as a corner guard, so 2 great guards there from Sasha. And still can't peel right now. Again, if I were Team Drexel, I'd peel your own out. Peel the one in the rings here. You're up by 8. Again, don't give anything for Team Bulls to use. Well, they're gonna go the aggressive road here. You know, being up 8, you can be a little more relaxed playing aggressive because you're not too worried about giving up a super big end. You definitely don't want to give up like 3 or 4 here, because then that can easily be a huge momentum shift and give Team Bulls the confidence they need to make a huge comeback here, as that one from Tanis comes to the pin.
That's fine.
So I'm going to
Line's close.
play around the corner guard here.
Yes, hard. Yep. Gotta go line. Yep. Gotta go line.
On it for line. If rocked on a lot of these corner guards.
Hard, Kayla. You got it, Kayla. You got it, Kayla. You got it.
And it'll just nick off and roll. Try to roll in as deep as they can here, but it will guard
14-4.
the one on the button, and just be peel here for Team Drexel.
I'll just give you a hair more.
Updating the other women's quarterfinal. It's a score of 3 for Team Daniels and 5. They now have a 5-3 lead over Team Brissett. Team Sophie Brissett, sister Gabby's playing over there. Consolation game over on sheet 5. And the peel is made.
Do this one. You got it.
So they're going to go around the other corner guard here. Maybe consider throwing up one more, but more rocks you can get in the rings right now, the better. Try to score as much as you can.
We're close. Stay close. Room. Kayla, if you're gonna go. Where? Kayla, can you go? Go. Gotta go to bury this, Kayla. You gotta go here, Kayla. Gotta go here, Kayla. Let's go.
This one's looking very
Kayla.
nice
Yep,
here.
Yep.
And we'll sit there in the 8-foot, but still open, still hittable here for Team Drexel, as Heather will play the hit on it, Everly putting the broom down.
Good throws.
Winner goes to the semifinals. Playing at 8:30 tomorrow. That'll be a you either face Team Baker or Team Richards, who are playing over on sheet 2 for the #1 seed. That game is currently tied up at 2 as they play the 4th end. They're also playing for $200 there, as well as a hammer in the final if they happen to make it.
You got it.
As the hit is made from Heather. Horse birthday in the semifinals will guarantee the team at least $750 in prize money here. $7,100 in total through all events. $2,000 for the champion, $1,400 for the finalists, and $750 each for the semifinalists.
Never off, girls, never off. Yep.
So you're gonna play towards the middle here.
You got it. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard, 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 hard. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay.
And they will stagger it now, and wouldn't be surprised for Team Drexel just to really put their foot on the gas pedal right now and just go right in. You can come short. You can just, you know, put another one top 4 on top of your own. You might see Team Bulls peel or play an in off the yellow in the 8-foot. Really a chance just to lay down the hammer. Sweeper's just cleaning this one. Looks a little heavy. You want to try at least get a bye here. You bounce off. But it will sit just off center.
You got all of this one, eh?
The last of the third rock's coming as Team Bulls running out of options here. That's 2 staggered blues are making things a lot more difficult for them. Can't run. Could maybe run the one on the left in if there's a a yellow rock in the right spot. I think this one here they could. The way it's lined up, they could go blue yellow, make that blue one accessible, but again that yellow one not really making any difference. So maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about here.
Whoa, whoa, close. Whoa, no.
Now, this one's going to be close. You're going to hit this yellow one pretty thin.
Yep.
And it will hit and will roll on top. So now Team Drexel sitting 1. Still not of options here for Team Bulls. We're down to skip rocks. So it looks like they're going to guard the left side here. I think with Lizzie being a left-hander, a little easier to play this shot because she's got to hit the blue. Don't think you're going to be able to tap it. That looks perfectly buried no matter what hack you're looking at that from.
I don't know how to do it. They put their hands in their back pockets is all I know.
So just guard. And then, really honestly,
I know it's like.
I think
and then it goes
for Team Drexel, you want this one to be up here. Because if you're in this, if you're tight,
I was gonna mouth it.
you know you could see Team Bulls, use it to run in and hit the blue. Because all you have to do is hit the blue to be shot stone. So like a 1-2 zone here is the spot for this rock.
I'm just saying. I think I could get at it.
And Everly with a nice shot. Honestly.
Yeah, let's call a timeout. I don't
You
know
could.
what hot is, but
but timeout.
I think you draw.
I was like, I don't know where he went, but that's okay.
You draw right here. Kind of a setup shot for your last.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
You
it's
draw
there.
right there. You know, Team Drexel will
Well, I don't
probably
think
guard
we're
that
pushing
blue
that,
one, and if they,
right?
and then, so the Team Drexel will, you know, guard that one.
Oh, yeah, or you just kick it over
And
the
then-
top.
If you do, you just go for it. You just go.
I got 2.
Now run the yellow in, run the blue in,
The blue angle.
Yeah.
and you can get 3.
If you do that now, we might not have a shot.
Yeah.
Or you could come in off that yellow, right? So you could run the blue angle now.
And then play
Or
the
actually,
end.
the blue's going to catch there on the yellow, so you might have another one.
I like if you're trying to score like
Let's have some fun.
the best way to score the most points of your team goals is to put one here just as a setup shot,
10?
and then hopefully you'll be able to run this one in
Let's
for
try it.
3.
Yeah, let's have some fun. So why don't you do that? The only other thing I see is the yellow into the blue, split everything up so that you've got access here.
Yeah.
The yellow run back on blues, 2 blue split, yellow spills off.
No,
maybe
Todd Troy not even thinking about
I think I want to try slash.
playing in.
I want to try slash.
So what kind of ice you giving us?
So Lizzie just wants to have fun with this one, play the slash.
I think I'm just going to throw 10.
Yeah, or I
No,
think-
no, 9.
I think you go 9.
I think I go 9,
And
yeah.
then that'll make sure the rock sticks.
Yeah, and then we'll probably just ice where we want to hit it out here almost.
Yeah.
Because we'll push it back.
Be up the shelf a little bit, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
So they're gonna just
that.
go for it here with the first rock for
Line this up first, eh?
Elizabeth here in 6.
Just see.
So they're gonna go for it right away.
I think over the top you're spilling, hey?
Just
But I guess you got it.
the only issue is if you miss it,
That's there.
you don't
Otherwise
really have
it's
anything
there.
else to score. That's the problem. You're not going to leave yourself with
that
much
one.
on your last one. You might leave yourself a thin in off this yellow one
I
over
think you're
here.
honestly just gonna give me ice there with
Maybe
9.
an in off. You heard Todd saying you use an in off that one. I still like just playing right here
Yeah, good 9.
and giving
Let's
yourself
make
a chance at 3. But Lizzie will head down to throw her first rock. Going for the slash here, run the blue in. Onto the yellow, would love to stick there. If she can stick there, this will be absolutely incredible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, it's close, they're off it.
Whoa! Whoa!
They sweep it too much. This is gonna be very close here, and they made it just over curled the hair, but a nice shot there from Lizzie. Now 2 is definitely on the table. Your Team
I know, I
Drexel.
was just saying, like, I didn't think we had it, so I was like, surprised we got that one. I didn't control enough of that one.
You can guard it. You can go right in.
Yeah.
I think. You know what? Just go right in here if you're Team Drexel.
Thick quarter.
Go right in.
Six. It was a fun one.
'Cause if you guard up here, Lizzie still has the entire 4-foot on this side, which she can draw to, which is not a difficult shot for her.
It's there
You know,
for us.
come right in here to the top of the 4-foot, even get the button buried, shrink the scoring zone down. Don't need to throw a guard here. I think a lot of these teams seem to be hesitant to like play the come around draws when there's an opportunity to go in where they have hammer or they don't have hammer. And this is definitely one of those scenarios. But again, there's nothing wrong with this call. Nothing wrong with it. I just like the other one better.
They crashed on their own. No, that's Everly's, and I don't know where that one came from, but that's Ev's. Try it the other way for 2.
So they
I
will
think
plug
this
the
will
hole.
Get us a piece of the 4-foot. 14?
And
Okay.
just a piece of the 4-foot. Score 2 here in 6.
Big 14
And we'll
here.
see if they decide to
Let's
to
put a piece of that
continue.
4-foot.
They get
Piece
2.
of
They
that
will
4-foot.
trail by 6 with 2 ends to go. Not ideal,
Sure.
but Not impossible.
Manage this in.
Final rock here. In 6. Just needs a piece of the forefoot. Sweepers like it. This is going to be a nice shot here from Lizzie. And she will be a score of 2 here for Team Bulls. Now trailed by 6, 2 ends to go.
Keep her going, I think. What's the score?
We're going to talk about it here. We'll wait until they make a decision.
Is it 7?
They're going to need to steal 6 points here.
Going for the steal here.
And they're going to go for it. So we're going to have some 7th end action here in the women's quarterfinal. We'll have that right for you after this message.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You got to see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Women's quarterfinal continues here in Vernon. End number 7. Team Drexel up 6 points with the hammer. Safe to say they score here. This game's over. Team Bulls needing to play the 2 ends of their life right now if they want to come back in this one.
That's a 17-3.
Going to have to go all in. Don't expect them to play a hit. And Team Drexel going to play the tick shot. I love the fact that Team Bulls isn't giving up here. Pretty much every other team, would shake hands by now. If this was men's, after that 5 was scored, this game probably wouldn't have been over. But the a little heavy on the tick.
Yeah, close enough.
And we'll put the rock back.
3.
Probably safe to say if it was a men's game after the 5th end, this game would be over. But anything is possible in curling. You never know. It could be an absolute disaster for Team Drexel. I don't wish that upon them, but in terms of entertainment value, it would be incredible.
We're a hair wider here.
I don't even know if I want to see that.
Yep. Easy. We're on it.
It is the women's quarterfinal, so a little more on the line here. Again, to see what he can do here.
That's okay. That's 16-2.
You know, it's safe to say you need to steal.
Put that
No.
booster up.
3 at the least in this end. You know that they're not stealing 8, because that's impossible right now. So Drexel gonna try the tick one more time here. Looks like it's gonna come to the nose. We'll roll over a bit and hit a kind of stay up there and knock this blue one in, but the guards are up there that Team Bulls needs. Then you throw one more center guard, then you start going in. Team Drexel going to start peeling, so Team Bulls are going to hope for a couple of flashes and a couple nose peels from Team Drexel.
One. Yes, line. Gotta go line. Yes, line.
Haley Dubois.
Yes. Hard. 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 Okay. That's fine.
And that one will be hogged. So Drexel now start peeling. Going to get rid of these, just this blue one here in the middle. And they will hit the yellow one, just nudge it over. So break here for Team Bulls. Now is when you start. They're gonna throw one more. Then you have to start coming again. You need to score 3 to at least have a chance in the 8th end. So Team Bulls hoping from the absolute worst of Team Drexel.
Line's the same.
Not a position you want to be in.
Okay, get it good.
Team Drexel.
Make it good.
Probably, you could say maybe a little ticked off that this game has gone to 7, that Team Bulls has decided to keep going. It could definitely be a little frustrating. I know I would be frustrated when you're up 6 with the hammer going into 7. You expect the team to give up.
Yeah, no,
But you just got to treat it like you're up, and you're just trying to keep things as simple as possible, keep things open. Make sure you have a easiest shot as possible on your last. And they will nose, and blue will hang around. So 2 center guards as far apart as they can be. Now Team Bulls can draw. 4 rocks to go. I'd like to thank you, everybody, for watching here with me this evening, whether this is your first time this weekend or if you've been here for all games, even all games today. It's our 4th game here on this Saturday. 2 more tomorrow, semifinals and finals. Women's semifinal at 8:30, men's final at 12:30 right here on Curl BC's YouTube page. Jordan Kiss here with you. It has been a fantastic weekend so far. Lots of great curling. Been treated to some very close games.
7.
As that rock comes to the back of the 8-foot. Another peel for Team Drexel here.
I think you put that one out that time. Because you had the weight there. I think you just put that one out.
And there is a timeout here on sheet 7.
Yeah, guys. Setting up all right now.
So Team Drexel up by 6 with the hammer.
Can't get any better than that.
I think you just peel the guard here. This is Team Drexel's 2nd timeout.
To be totally honest. Yeah. Sure.
I peel the yellow one off. That's okay. I think you do peel the yellow one off because Team Bulls is going to go in, and you're going to have a short double. Might leave a center guard, though, but...
Yeah, you had really close weight. I think down the draw path you could maybe take
Again, just keep it simple here for Team Drexel.
But you're really close, so getting it there. Yeah.
Or maybe this game's just closer than what we think it is.
Still got room. It's just biting top 12, so yeah. Let's do it, guys.
Well, they've come to a decision here.
You dropped 2 early.
Looks like they're just going to hit the open one based on the broom placement.
Okay, let's go, guys.
It's the last rock here for Heather Drexel. Or it's actually your first. Three rocks left for Team Bulls, 4 rocks for Team Drexel. So they're gonna play the hit on the open one. No, nose, roll out. Don't really want to roll in. And they will hit, and they will sit on the nose. And they're going to go ignore it, go right in. You'll love all these 3 to count. Love to bring that top one into count. Going to take a little bit of a miracle here.
Deep for top 4. Yes. Yep. Yep. Hard, Haley. Yep. Switch. Switch.
So they're going to switch to make this one curl.
Sash.
Weight looks pretty close here. Top 8, they're saying.
Go. Go, Sasha. Go, Sasha. Okay. That's just a 15.
They did the other women's quarter. A steal of 1 for Team Daniels in 6. They now have a 6-3 lead over Team Brissett. Once this one is completed, we will give you the of coverage of the last end there over on sheet 4.
Great thing right now. That's dramatic.
Yes.
And just an open hit here. Just sit up there. Team Bulls can't draw.
Yes. Oh, really? That's funny.
And they will just peel it out here.
Make her good. I think I'll give you a hair less ice, eh?
Lizzie will head down and throw her first, and now we're now on to
14-2, I think,
skip
eh?
rocks here in end number 7. Women's quarterfinal. Rick Cotter Memorial Jr., part of the BC Junior Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Give those guys a check out as well online. Lots of discounts to be had. Also, check out Curl BC on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Curl BC is on it. Also, go to curlbc.ca for any information you may have about curling clubs, workshops, whether it's officiating, ice making, coaching, any events on info on playdowns or playdown registration. If that's something you want to do this year, all that info can be found at curlbc.ca. And this rock will come up light. So right now, Team Drexel sitting 1 with the hammer.
Okay.
I'd just come in. Just go right in there. First, make Lizzie
That's just a 15, eh? Yeah.
force her to make a good one on her last. Just go for it. You could peel it off. Definitely thinking they're overthinking this a little bit here. It seems straightforward from where we're on in our position here because we're not playing in this one. You know, up 6 with the hammer, oh well. But to them, and on the ice, it's definitely a lot different. So maybe they're a little tension over there. Knowing that, you know, it could be a comeback. We've seen it before. It's also about just trusting yourself as well, knowing that you can make every shot. So I'm really just going to get rid of these two blues. You know, then I'll pretty much guarantee handshakes after this end.
Yeah, we're not trying to. I was like, what are we talking about? Right? I heard we are not very good. And I was like, what? It's like, I thought that was the goal.
So they're going to talk this over here. Definitely taking a long time to throw this shot here. Again, just pick a shot here. I don't, it's not too big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. You're not in a, you know, drawing against 6 right now. So it looks like they've now changed their mind here and going to play the come around. Sweeper's working hard as Naomi takes the tumble. And they will come to the top of the 12-foot and team bulls here.
Do you think that's still there?
You can tap the nose of the one just
easier?
there in the hole there for tap it to the 4-foot.
You don't think so?
Could play come around freeze. Could go down the right side here if you want to. You know, just for fun, just play the double tap, just for fun. Just go yellow, blue. Have some fun with this last one.
I just think you're leaving him that.
Play the harder shot possible. See if you can make it.
Never mind.
Go out on a high note.
I'll throw a hair more weight. I don't hate it.
Looks like they're just gonna come to this yellow one here.
Oh, it's not that there, because there's a guard. Yeah, just wide around.
So you're gonna play the come around.
Yeah, I think so.
The last rock here for Team Bulls in 7.
Yeah, yes.
Currently facing 2. And after this, we will bring you the last little bit of the other women's quarterfinal over on sheet 4. This one will hang out and roll open. So Team Drexel now sitting 1. And hopefully the last shot of the game. I assume it will be. Hit for 3.
Jumped it, I think. Yeah. Didn't move though. It fell back if anything.
Team Drexel. Chance to play in the semifinals. So last rock here. From Everly Royer.
Shake the sweat off.
And that will do the job here, and it will be handshakes as Team Drexel will advance to the semifinals here in Vernon.
Kick ass tomorrow.
That is a 13-4 victory over Team Bulls. A little revenge from losing them to an extra end earlier today. So they now await either Team Richards or Team Baker, who play on a sheet 2 just for seeding purposes, plus a little extra money up for grabs as well. So being the 6th seed, you're mostly going to see Team Drexel take on the number 1 seed. So we'll draw our attention. Unfortunately, we can't move our back camera here. Over to sheet 4 to the left. Team Daniels throwing the blue stones. Up 3 without the hammer. Team Daniels playing with 3. Sarah Daniels out with injury.
Well, you might as well. That was a semi, so, or a quarter.
Team Brissett. Most people didn't expect to be in this position.
I'll grab. Should I grab anything?
Put on a good performance.
Sorry.
Came up with the extra end win in our feature game. Our 4 against Team Halfley. So it's the last of the 3rd rocks. Madison Monroe. And they will take 2 out here, and they will roll behind. So a nice shot there from Madison, but pretty easily accessible. Now Sarah Loken throwing the skip rocks in the absence of Sarah Daniels. So Sarah will head down.
Oh, my timer is running at 2:50.
Sarah Loken, the normal 3rd here on this junior team for Team Daniels. Plays lead for Sarah on their women's team.
What a week. It's been like 2 days.
So first rock for Sarah Loken here in 7. Trying to make it curl a little bit, and it will hit the blue, but the yellow one won't be removed. So a chance here for Team Brissett. There is a blue one over on the left side, which you can't see, but it's barely in the rings. So you can corner freeze this blue one here and sit shot, or you can play to the wing. Split to make sure you can at least get 2 here, and you're down 1 without the hammer coming home. Looks like that is the call. Again, there is a rock back there that they can freeze to. So Super's working hard on this one to get it in the rings. And it will come up short, so you can play the blue and get the yellow out, or they're going to just play to this yellow one here. Corner freeze on top of it. And forced to 1. So Sarah Loken will head down to throw her last rock here in the 7th end. Sarah gets set. The other women's quarterfinal. Of course, Team Drexel already moving on. We'll have the women's quarterfinal for you. One of the games. I don't know which one exactly yet. At 8:30 tomorrow morning. Followed by the men's final at 12:30. And Hannah Lindner sweeping this one. Jordan Henson in the house. This one's looking pretty nice here from Sarah. This is looking really nice. And it'll just be short. So it's a shot for 2 right now for Team Brissett. Just full 8 foot will do the trick. And then you'll trail by 1 coming home. So last rock in the 7th end. Chloe Mitchell throwing the 4th rock. Sophie Brissett was keep it, but now throwing lead and sweeping. And this lineup change has done them wonders as it's gotten them over all the way to the quarterfinals. Whereas this one is heavy and will slide on out. So they'll just get the single and will trail by 2. Going into the final end of the women's quarterfinal here in Vernon at the Rick Cotter Memorial. And we'll have that 8th end for you right after this.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
So back here inside the Vernon Curling Club. Women's quarterfinals of the Rick Cotter Memorial. Team Daniels up 2 with the hammer. Here in the 8th end. Team Daniels without the Daniels. Sarah out with injury. And that rock from Jordan will come on the center line, top of the 12-foot. Now I throw a, you could play come around right now if your team Brissette. You have to steal 2 here, so you have to go all out. So Sophie Brissette will get set to throw. Throws the lead rocks. As this rock will come to rest there in the side of the button. So nice shot from Sophie. It looks like it could be open for Jordan to hit out here. Sarah Loken, a former skip herself at the junior level, won a bronze medal at the provincials in Kamloops, which is where we will be next weekend. It's the next stop on both tours, men's and women's. Men's and women's tour next weekend, the Crown of Curling. We'll have that for you here on Curl BC's YouTube page, starting on Friday. And then the weekend after will be the juniors in Kamloops, and I don't think we will. I think we're going to take a week off because next weekend will be our 4th in a row, I believe. And we'd love to bring you more, but of course, me and Marcio have some other stuff that needs to be done that weekend, so unfortunately we won't be there. We should be at the event in Kelowna the weekend after the Remembrance Day long weekend. A double cash there, men's and women's. Still to be confirmed, so stay tuned for updates. As the tick was made from Jordan, absolutely perfect. And Team Brissette going to have to throw another center guard here. So now Team Daniels is able to peel. So you could play the peel again. So they're going to go after the one in the house while they can. So Team Daniels is up 2 here with the hammer. Spot on the semis on the line. Still undecided who they're going to play. Team Richards and Team Baker playing a little extra end there over on sheet 2 to figure out the number 1 seed. As the yellow one will be removed from Jordan. I'd like to give a special thank you to the Vernon Curling Club, Dave Merkler, James Cotter, who was joining the broadcast earlier, and everybody in the Cotter family, and everybody who's been working really hard this weekend, hosting on a great event. It's been another great weekend here in Vernon for us. Second time we've been here this season. We were here 2 weeks ago at the Prestige. And I'd like to thank you for sticking around here on a Saturday night. So Team Brissette going to play the come-around draw. That will come up short of the house, but still a center guard which they can use. So we're on the last of the second rocks here. Hannah Lindner will throw her first. Of course, Team Daniels playing with 3. So just playing a peel on the top one. And they'll nose, but both yellows will go, so a flashy looking shot. Wouldn't call it a great shot because you do leave the 2 center guards, but another chance here for Team Brissett to play the come around. They're going to play the come around here. And it is just short. As it comes to the center line now, 3 rocks to go for Team Brissett. So Daniel's still playing the peel here. Looks like they just take the blue one off. And the peel is made. And so just the 1 yellow and the blue. Now you don't hit here. You do. That is a usable rock here if you're Team Brissett. You play the come around draw. I am deeply confused what's going on here. I think Close might be your first time skipping here. So you play the come around draw. Yep, that is the call. As Madison Monroe gets set to deliver her last rock. And this one's looking nice that it is coming around here, and we'll set for shot rock at the top of the 8-foot. So they're just gonna peel this yellow one here. I think Team Brissett, then you come around those 2 to the 4-foot. And Lindner. And the peel is made. So Team Brissett, not sure if they have any timeouts left. But the play here is to play the come around draw. Come in behind that blue one a little easier. Even tap your yellow one up. Or not. You don't want to. Because I don't think you'll be second shot. So you have a chance to sit 2 here. And if you make it, you're going to be in a pretty decent position. You're probably going to see Sarah try to move those two around up front. And she will hit her own here and will sit 2. But a chance here for Sarah Loken to play hit and roll. Just hit this one out. You can roll behind. So Sarah now delivering her last stone here. And that is a wonderful roll from Sarah Loken. Now Team Brissett needs to sit 2 after this one. So a huge shot here, needs to sit 2 to force Team Daniels to make their last shot. Strippers working hard to get it by here. And they will neither hit their yellow, and that will do it here. Team Daniels will pick up the victory. They will now play in the semifinals, defeating Team Brissett here 6-4. And that will do it for our coverage here on this Saturday. We'll be back at 8:30 tomorrow morning, women's semifinal. Still unsure of who those games will be, so you have to tune in tomorrow morning to find out. Thank you for joining me here on this evening on this Saturday. My name is Jordan Kiss, and we'll talk to you again very shortly. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Miles to go, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.